Hi, and welcome to my channel. I'm Lauren, this is Ziggy, and Zoey's behind, and for today's class, I'll be sharing somatic exercises for the neck and shoulders. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe and like button and the notification bell so you can stay up to date on new classes and content that I'll be releasing. And I know the somatic exercises have been a big hit. I recently put in my community tab a poll, and it seems like you want more somatic exercise classes, so I am putting more together very, very soon. For today's class, we're gonna be focusing, as I mentioned, on the neck and the shoulders, which is one of the biggest requests that I get in addition to the lower back and hips. So if you haven't checked out my playlist, you can see my somatic exercise playlist, and there are already quite a few classes there, some that are also catered to the lower back and to the hips. This particular class will shed light on how somatic exercises help you to sense and control your muscles by reprogramming the right and left hemispheres of the brain. All you need for this class is open space, and being on the floor is ideal. If that is not accessible to you, then you can lie in a bed and maybe eventually make your way down to the floor, since the floor is more firm and will give you more direct feedback. And without further ado, let's get started. Starting in this position, sitting on your left hip with your left leg rotated out externally, the sole of that left foot to the top of the right thigh as that right leg is rotated internally. Your left hand is going to plant a little bit beside and behind you here. Notice how I'm not putting a whole lot of weight on it. You want to essentially just use it as support for your spine. Then place your right hand to your left shoulder. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, twisting from your hips and pelvis all the way up the body. Look over your left shoulder. Come back to center. Inhale. We're going to go for 5 times total here. Exhale, rotate, looking over that left shoulder. Go ahead, do that 3 more times. And on the final one, go ahead and close your eyes, turn and look. And as you rotate, just notice what you sense from the rotation, starting at the hips and pelvis all the way up through the head and neck. And then peek your eyes open and notice the furthest that you can see over your left shoulder. Also notice where the nose is pointing. Wherever is the furthest that you can see, think of this as your starting point. And we'll come back to this multiple times throughout this practice. And I want you to observe if anything changes. Now from here, we're only going to move our head like we're saying no. So from the shoulders down, keep everything stable. Just turn your head towards the right and to your left. And do that 2 more times. Good. And then now we're only going to move our eyes. I'll turn towards you so that you can see what I'm talking about here. So again, you're turned as far as you can. And the only thing I want you to move now are your eyes. So you're going to scan your eyes to your right and to your left. And do that 5 times total. You may notice at first your neck trying to help you here, but try to keep everything still and just isolate the movement in your eyes. Good, and then relax, and you can rest your hands to your thighs. Now, let's do a little recheck for a second here. Place the left hand beside you, right hand, left shoulder. Take a breath in. Close your eyes, exhale, twist, and look over your left shoulder. And then come back to center. We're going to do 5 total. Again, keeping the eyes closed so that you can sense your body, feeling that rotation from your hips and pelvis all the way up the body. Take 2 more, or at least I have 2 more. Last one. And on this last one, as you turn your maximum range of motion, open your eyes and just notice the furthest spot that you can see. Perhaps you're able to turn quite a bit further than the first time. Now let's move through that new range of motion 10 times and see how it feels as we complete that final round. So place the right hand to your left shoulder. Take a deep breath in. Exhale as you twist, looking over your left shoulder, and then come back to center. That was 1, we have 10 total. Every time you exhale, that's when you twist. That was 7 for me. And 1 more. And then pause and just notice how it feels and the furthest range of motion that you can see now. Come back to center and rest. So coming back to the same position that we started with, both knees bent and both knees pointing towards the left. We're going to now move the spine, the head and neck, laterally. So place the left hand beside you. Take your right hand to the right side of the head. We're not going to be forceful in this. We're gently going to press that right hand to the right side of the head to laterally flex the spine. So left ear towards the left shoulder. You may notice the left side of the body contracts and shortens as the right side of the body opens and lengthens. Then take your right hand over your head and gently pull towards the right, and you may notice the opposite happens. The right side compresses, the left side opens. Let's do that 10 times total. So push and pull. And notice my hand is doing all of the work here. My neck is just kind of going along for the ride. Nice, let's say, I think that was 4. Keep going. Maybe you close the eyes, feeling that accordion-like movement through the neck and through the waist. I think that's 7. 2 more for me. And final 1. And then come all the way back up, and you can rest your hands on your legs. So now we're going to do that retest of rotation. And again, I want you to notice if you can turn further and with more ease. So left hand beside you, right hand, left shoulder. Take a breath in. Exhale as you twist, looking over your left shoulder, and just notice how far you can see. We're going to do that 5 times total. Maybe you close your eyes as you're doing this. Last one. And again, observe how far you can rotate. Come back to center, relaxing your hands to your thighs. Now place both hands to your left and then take a deep breath in. As you exhale, you're going to turn as far as you can over your left shoulder. Notice your starting point here. Come back to center, inhale, and you're going to do that 5 times total as you exhale. Keep going. I think that was 3, 2 more, and 1 more. Good. Now, as your torso is turned towards your left, turn your head towards your right. Think like you're trying to draw your right cheekbone towards the right shoulder. So your torso is moving to the left, your head is moving to your right in opposite directions. Take a deep inhale. Return your head and chest in line with one another. Exhale, we're going to switch. So turn your head over your left, but move your chest and torso towards the right. And you may feel some restriction, especially in that mid-back region here. We're going to do a total of 10 for this. So that was 1. And it might feel a little awkward at first, so take it slow. Chest towards the left, head towards your right. Coming back through center, head in line with the chest, inhale. Exhale, switch, torso towards the right, head towards the left. Good, keep going. I want to say that was 3, 5 for me, halfway there. You may notice the engagement through the rib cage, the waist, the hips as you're moving your body. I want to say that's 7. I've got one more. And then relax your hands back to your thighs. Let's now check that new range of motion and see how it feels and if we're able to rotate a little bit further. Place both hands to the left, take a deep breath in. Exhale as you twist towards your left. Good, we're taking 5 total, so 4 more here. And 1 more, and then rest for a moment. So this next movement, we're going to rotate our head and our torso in one direction, but scan our eyes in the other direction. So I'm going to scoot a little bit more to face towards the camera so that you can see what I'm talking about. So hands to the ground, both of them to the left of you. Rotate your chest and your head as far as you can towards your left. And then look with your eyes to your right. We're going to do 10 of these total. So now you're going to turn your chest and your head to your right and look with your eyes to your left. And keep going. That was 1. And you may notice your neck, just like when we were doing the other ones, trying to help your eyes. But try to isolate, move slowly if you need to. It's totally normal if you get a little bit lightheaded or dizzy as well. You need to pause, recalibrate, and you can come back to center. I think that was 4. I have 3 more. One more. And then come back to center and rest. Now take both hands to the left of you. We're going to do a little retest before we do some extension and flexion through the head and through the eyes. So from here, take a breath in. Exhale, rotate as far as you can towards the left. Just notice this range of motion. And we're going to do 5. So maybe you close your eyes so you can sense in your body. I have 2 more. And 1 more. If your eyes are closed, as you find your furthest range of motion, peek your eyes open, and perhaps you notice again, as you recheck, a difference in range of motion and ease of movement. All right, so keeping that furthest range of motion, again, I'll turn a little bit more towards you. You're going to look up to the sky, extending through the head and neck, and then look down to the floor. And do that 5 times total, so I have 4 more. Flexing and extending as you look up and down like you're nodding. I have 2 more. And 1 more.
Good. Now on that final one, pause looking to the ground. Keep your head facing down. You may notice your neck muscles trying to help you here. Look up with your eyes. And then lift your head up, but look down with your eyes. Try to isolate the movement in your eyes separate from your head and neck. You're going to do 5 total here. So that was 1. I'm on my second one now. And last one. And then rest with your hands to your thighs. Next, we're going to do our final retest, and I want you to notice the difference in range of motion and perhaps an ease of movement. So, sitting again with your left hip to the floor, left hand beside you, right hand to left shoulder. Take a deep breath in. Exhale as you twist as far as you can. Maybe you do this again with your eyes closed. We're going for 5 total. Two more for me. And final one. If your eyes are closed here, go ahead and peek your eyes open. Perhaps you notice a difference in range of motion here. And again, ease of movement. Come back to center and rest. Make your way to your back one final time for this side before we make our way to the other side. As you lie down, close your eyes so you can draw your attention inward. Relax your arms by your side. And then again, see what it's like to rotate your head towards your right and to your left. Just notice the difference. Coming back to center, notice how your shoulders are resting on the ground. Perhaps you notice that your left shoulder blade is further down and back in relation to the right. Place your hands to your rib cage, and perhaps as you press down on the ribs, you notice that the left side of the rib cage is softer, more buoyant, and maybe even lower than the other side. Take a deep inhale one final time here. And out. Good. Hug your knees to your chest. And once again, roll up. Before we resume the other side, keep in mind if you need to take a longer break than what we just did, you can pause the video, maybe lie on the ground, or if you're short on time, you can always pause here. I will put the timestamps below, and you can resume whenever you have time later in the day. And as much as we try to create balance as we move through our day, our bodies really aren't balanced, and our bodies are also already very asymmetrical. So don't worry if you're feeling a difference from one side to the other, and just observe how that feels and then come back when you are ready to resume. With that said, we're going to make our way to the other side. Now sitting with both knees facing towards your right, place your right hand beside you. Try to avoid putting a lot of weight on that right hand as much as possible. Place your left hand to your right shoulder. Take a deep inhale. Exhale as you turn, looking over your right shoulder as far as you can. And then come back to center. Inhale. We're going to go for 5 times. Exhale again, turn. Do that 3 more times. And once more. Now pause and notice the furthest you can see. Where's your nose pointing? And what can your eyes see? Maybe it's an object or a spot on the wall. Just keep that in mind as this is your starting point. Then you're going to just move your head like you're saying no. So turn your head towards your left and then to your right. And do that 4 more times. Good. Now the next time your head is turned to the right, I'm going to turn a little bit more towards you so you can see me. You're going to just scan your eyes. So keep your head to your right and move your eyes towards your left without moving your neck, and then your eyes to the right. And do 5 times total. And you may notice your neck muscles twitching here to try to help you. Again, we're trying to isolate. 1 more. And then relax for a moment. Again, it's totally normal if you feel a little bit dizzy. So if you'd like to rest, pause the video for a bit, and then come back once you feel ready to resume. Now, let's do a bit of a retest and see if you're able to turn a bit further. So close your eyes as you're doing this one. Right hand beside you, left hand to the right shoulder. Take a breath in. Exhale as you turn, eyes closed. Turn as far as you can towards your right. You're going to do that 5 times total. Take 2 more. And last one. Now notice as far as you can turn here, open your eyes and see if it's a little further. Now with this new range of motion that you've just created, we're going to go for 10 times. You can do this with the eyes open or closed, but I want you to really pay attention to the movement of your hips and pelvis all the way up the spinal column, and even the movement of your shoulders here. So as you turn towards your right, or rather towards your left, you may notice that your hips drop. And then when you turn towards your right, you may notice your hips lifting and twisting. I want to say that was 5, halfway there. Two more. And then pause, looking over your right shoulder, and perhaps now the range of motion has increased even more. Come back to center and rest with your hands to your thighs for a moment. Now we're going to move the spine laterally. Place the right hand beside you, left hand to the left side of the head. Using your hand to do the majority of the work here, take a breath in. Exhale as you gently press right ear towards right shoulder. Notice how the right side of the body contracts, the left side expands, kind of like an accordion. Then take your left hand up and overhead and pull towards your left. And we're going to do that 10 times total. Again, perhaps you close your eyes so that you can sense your body moving in that accordion-like fashion. I think that was 5. I'm going to do 5 more. Two more. And 1 more. And then come all the way back up and rest for a moment. So now we're going to do another retest. Each time in between we do a new movement, we retest and see if anything has changed. Place that right hand beside you, left hand, right shoulder. Take a breath in. Exhale as you twist, looking over your right shoulder. Maybe you can see even further. And we're going to go for 5 here as well. Perhaps you close your eyes. Got 3 more. And notice on that 5th one, your current range of motion, the furthest spot you can see and where your nose is pointing. Come back to center and relax. I want you to observe, just like we did on the first side, how it feels to rotate your head and how your shoulders are resting on the ground. So make your way to your back, legs long, arms by your side. See what it's like to turn towards your left and see what it's like to turn towards the right. perhaps there's an ease of rotation in both sides a bit more equally than before. Come back to center and also observe how your shoulders are resting on the ground, since this somatic exercise class is for the neck and shoulders. Perhaps both shoulders are further back and down, and perhaps both shoulders are more relaxed on the ground. Take a full breath in and out. Hug your knees back to your chest, and let's resume with those movements. Place both hands to the right of you. Take an inhale. Exhale, turn as far as you can towards your right. We're going to do that 5 times total. Inhale, turning towards your left. Exhale, towards the right. Do that 3 more times. Good, I think I've got 1 more. And then pause as far as you can towards the right. Now, keeping your torso pointing towards the right, you're gonna turn your head to your left. Think like you're trying to touch your left cheekbone to your left shoulder. Now notice your head is turned to the left and your chest is turned to the right. We're moving into opposite directions. We're gonna do this 10 times total. So take it slow. You're gonna turn your chest towards your left and turn your head towards the right. Come back through center so your head and chest are lined up. Inhale. Exhale, turn your chest towards your right and head towards your left. Keep going. For me, this is now 2. And we're going for 10 total. Notice the movement of your hips, your rib cage, and your waist. And let's say that was 6. I'm going to take 2 more. And 1 more. And then go ahead and rest for a moment. Let's do another retest. Place the right hand beside you, left hand to right shoulder. Take a breath in. Exhale as you turn, looking over the right shoulder. Maybe you can turn even further. We're going to go for 5. Again, you can close the eyes to sense and feel. And then maybe on that 5th one, you can open the eyes and see how far you've turned. That was 3, 2 more. Pause, open the eyes if they were closed, and again, notice your furthest range of motion. Come back to center and relax for a moment. Now we're going to move our head and rib cage in the opposite direction of our eyes. So we want to take this nice and slow. Place both hands beside you on the right. Turn your head or your whole body as far as you can to the right. And then pause there. And I want you to scan your eyes towards your left. Now, as you're doing this, try not to move your head, neck, or shoulders. Keep all of that turned towards your right and look towards the left. Then from here, you're going to turn your chest and your head all the way towards your left and scan your eyes to the right. And again, you may notice your neck muscles wanting to kind of twitch and help you out here. We're trying to isolate that movement. You're going to go for 10. Take it nice and slow. Come back through center as you inhale. Exhale, chest towards your right, eyes to your left. Come back to center. Inhale. Turn your head and chest as far as you can towards your left and eyes to your right. Keep going. I want to say that was 3. As you can tell, I'm really bad at counting and talking. So it's okay if you end up doing maybe 1 more or one less. I know it's going to feel a little funky, a little weird. Move slowly, take your time. I'm going to take 2 more. Make sure your eyes are moving in the opposite direction of your head and chest. 1 more. And then relax. Again, if you'd like to lay down for a moment to kind of calm everything, and especially if you're feeling a little dizzy, and then come back when you feel ready. Finally, we're going to focus on extension and flexion of the head and neck and of the eyes. So take both hands to your right, turn as far as you can to the right, and then hold. On your next inhale, lift your head up, eyes up. As you exhale, head down, eyes down. And you're going to do that 5 times total. 3 more. 1 more. Good. The next time your head is down, look up with your eyes. So head down, eyes up, like you're trying to see your eyebrows. And then take your head up, but look down at your nose. And do that 5 times total. It's going to take a bit of getting used to. It's going to feel a little funky. And you may notice your neck muscles twitching to help you out here. One more. And then relax and come back to center. Let's do one final retest to observe how the body is moving now, how it feels to rotate from your pelvis all the way up to your head and neck. So place the right hand beside you, left hand to the right shoulder. Take a breath in. Exhale as you twist, looking over the right shoulder. And we're going to do that 5 times. Maybe you do this with your eyes closed. Two more. And 1 more. If your eyes are closed, once you get to your furthest range of motion, open your eyes and notice how much further you can see over that right shoulder. And you can come back to center and rest with your hands on your thighs. Let's lie down on the back one final time so you can observe how far you can turn to both directions and how both shoulders are resting on the floor. So make your way to your back, legs long, arms by your side, and then turn your head as far as you can to your right. Maybe you can rotate quite a bit further than when you started. And turn your head to the left, same thing. Do that one more time. Notice that ease of movement, that range of motion. And then close the eyes, arms by your side. Perhaps you observe how those shoulder blades are resting on the ground. Perhaps your shoulder blades are flat and lower away from the ears than when you started. Take a deep inhale. And exhale. Do that one more time. Breath in. And exhale slowly out your mouth. As you feel ready, hug your knees to your chest. You can rock gently from side to side. And then rock all the way up or roll to one side and press up. So I know there are quite a few steps for this particular somatic exercise class, but all of those steps help to build that awareness between our mind and our body
to create voluntary contraction and relaxation over and over again. We basically moved the spine and the head and neck through all degrees of motion: flexion, extension, lateral flexion, and rotation. And we even experienced what it's like to rotate your torso in opposite direction of the head and to move our head and torso in opposite direction of the eyes. So with all of these, I know may seem very funky, may seem kind of monotonous, a lot of steps, but with all of those steps, as you've made it to the end of this class, you may notice a huge difference overall. I know I certainly do. And you don't necessarily need to do this entire class every single time. Check out my other somatic exercise classes. The morning and evening routine are shorter versions of a lot of these somatic exercise classes. They have less repetition, less explanation, but still get really great results and a good introduction towards the full scope of these somatic exercises. So check those out. Go to my playlist, look up somatic exercises in the playlist, and you'll see a ton of somatic exercise classes. As always, hit that subscribe, like, and notification bell so you can stay up to date on new content, new classes that I'll be releasing. If you would like to purchase a yoga rug just like mine, I just got this in a couple weeks ago and I absolutely love it, then I will link it in my description below. If you'd like to join me for in-person opportunities, whether that be workshops or retreats, or if you'd like to take private classes with me, whether that's online virtually, or if you live nearby and want to do in-person private classes, then check out the link below as well, and you can see all of my offerings. I hope to see you soon. Until next time, enjoy the rest of your day.